Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to another fast Descendant video. So today I have a sort of a list of things that I would like to see changed in the game, improved. Now these are not regarding Descendant power levels or things like that. This is just quality of life stuff that should make playing the game a lot easier. So first things first, they have addressed a few of these in their Discord and they are going to change them. So what I wanted to start with is the spawn point. So as you know, when we go into Albion, we spawn out here. Now, most of the stuff we do is around here. Okay, we have a second spawn point here. So we start here, then we spawn here, and then we come out here. Now, from what I understand in the Discord, they said this is something they are looking into, and you will get the option to pick a starting or a spawn point. So you can probably spawn here directly instead of spawning here. That is good. What I want is another improvement or variation of that. Most of the stuff we do is around here. Okay, so we have the lab here, we have the modules guy over here, we have Anais for research, workbench, Descendant, boxes, ETA 0, everything is close by. Now I spend a lot of time in the lab testing my builds, guns, descendants, and things like that. So I go here, I spawn into the lab, and then when I leave the lab, I'm back at the front of Albion over here, so I have to run again. Now, the reason I say this is a lot of times I'm testing different builds and I think, okay, this mod looks good. Let me put this mod and let me go to Cillian and enhance the mod. So instead of coming out here, I'm back at the main thing here, main hub here, and then I have to run all the way over here to enhance the mod. Then I go back in and repeat. So unnecessary. If I'm leaving the lab, drop me back here. That would be very convenient. So that is my first request. Now, the next thing, look at all the clutter of the names here. So you have people's names, you have people's title, whatever they use. Now we have the badges. It's just a mess. We want things to be cleared a bit. Now there is a minor thing here in the settings. So you can hide the nickname. Okay, so you can hide the nicknames, but it is still kind of messy. So you won't see their name. So you won't, for example, low budget gaming, you won't see low budget gaming. You'll see whatever the title I have, Void Farmer. So you just see Void Farmer, Descendant, and the patch. Okay, so for example, over here, you just see the Descendant, the platform, groundbreaking explorer. It doesn't really make much difference. It's hidden the name and put Descendant instead. So I don't think this is particularly useful. We need more options. Either just leave the badge, or you can remove the name. The title isn't really particularly interesting. Occasionally, you might get a smirk or something when you look at something interesting over here. Determined teaching assistant. And what is this guy? A rash explorer. So on, groundbreaking explorer, things like that again. So yeah, some tweak here just to clean up the UI. Now, since we are in Albion, one more thing I would like them to clean up is this thing. This is an absolute mess. Memory sync. So these are basically cutscenes that you can replay again from the main quest and the side quest. And the thing is, this does not contain all of them. There are quite a few here. However, they are spread all over Albion. So if you wanted to catch up on the story, you wanted to see something, or you just simply miss Master Karel and you wanted to see his face again because he's the big bad guy and we haven't seen him in ages, you have to run around the map and find these Arche Traces. So there's one in Kingston, there's one in Agna Desert, then I think there are maybe more, but there are some inside the 400% dungeons. When you go in there, there'll be one at the start. There's a couple in Sterile Land. What else? There's even one in the lab for Sharon and her quest, things like that. So instead of all of this, I mean, they can keep them there if they want. But what I would like is just have a menu somewhere here with like all the replays and just have everything in one place so that I can have a look. Now, speaking of replays, um, I would also like to have the the leveling up thing. I kind of like that, and I remember when I first played the beta, that was like an impressive looking visual. So yeah, I would like to see that here. Um, they can just put like a trace, and you can view that again or something. Again, not important, but also would like to have. Let's fill up the things to do in the game and have various options. Okay, now regarding this memory sequence and the replay cutscenes, this is a very annoying thing from day one that I would like them to replace and do something about, because this is like a strange thing that this game doesn't have, and that is the ability to hide the subtitles. So if you want to take screenshots or thumbnails, you want to make thumbnails for your YouTube video or something, the subtitles, there is no way of hiding these subtitles from the cutscenes, and this is really annoying. So yeah, this is a very simple thing. I'm surprised they don't have this already. I hope they can add this, or people can, remind them to do that. The starting animations that the Descendants have in the loading screen, I would like to see them inside the game as an emote or something during photo mode. So the other day I was making a Valby build here, and I wanted to have this wave um, type of thing in the thumbnail, but I couldn't take a clean capture. Like I took it, I removed the background stuff, but it was still not clean enough. So it would help make life easier if you can add these in the game as well, because this is already there in the game. I'm sure it's not too difficult to implement, perhaps. So this could be something they could add into the emotes and the photo mode. Similar to the replays of the cutscenes, they've also added here the option to view the sort of tutorial quests with the Descendant instructor. Now, if they can add some sort of way of playing the quests again, that would be good, because you do get the cutscenes and you can see the story there. But a lot of the time, there's a lot of talking and dialogue between the Descendants during the story. And if they could have, let's say, maybe a new game plus or something where you can experience the whole thing on a harder difficulty, the whole campaign, so you can just watch it, because I've forgotten a lot of things. And yesterday I actually sat down and watched a lot of the cutscenes just to remember a few things and how certain things happen and whatnot. So yeah, this would also be something to experience again. All right, next, this is something maybe a little different, but I feel like it is a quality of life thing, and that is the preset source here. So as you know, we have only 11 presets available right now if you are mastery rank 29. We have 19 different descendants, and some of them have multiple builds. And we are not counting the normal descendants. For example, with VSR, if you have normal VSI, you can make Glacial Cloud build with the Transcendent mod. With Ultimate VSI, you can use Absolute Zero. So if I wanted two different builds, I don't have enough space. With Serena, we can have three builds. We can have one for normal mobbing and Divine Surge. We can have one for taking out Tormentor and other bosses. We can have one for Void Erosion Purge. Same with Glay, you can have two builds. So yeah, they need to give us some free preset slots. Like ETA 0, give us one every week. Because I'm pretty sure people are not spending a lot of money buying these, because they are very expensive. So one preset slot is 150. That is just too much. The Descendant slot, that one is I think like 50. So if we purchase one Descendant slot, this is 50. So why is the preset slot so much more? So I think they should either cut down the price significantly, um, and or just give them out for free. Add these things to the battle pass, because that would be a good useful thing to have. Like have like 2 or 3 preset slots in the battle pass. Drop one with the new Descendant. So in time we'll soon have a lot of preset slots, because a lot of people need multiple builds, and with so many Descendants, you need to have at least one each, and then again a few more for the multiple variations. Like for example, with Freyna, I have a normal mobbing Freyna build. I have a boss killing build. Um, with the bunny, you could make like a normal singular build. You can have one with fusion. VSL, like I mentioned, you could have two builds. Arena, you could have three. And I'm also not uh, including all the other people that we are not seeing here. So we have Kyle, Enzo, Luna, all these people. I don't have preset slots, so I have to constantly switch and change things around and find the reactor and remember what components I was using and what dog I was using and things like that. So yeah, preset slots, please add some more and make them cheap. Like 150, that's just ridiculous. If it was like 10 caliber, maybe I would buy it. But 150, no. If it was 50, again, I would not buy it. I'm sorry. 50 is just too much for something that this should be earnable in game, I feel. Make these things earnable. Descendant slots, preset slots, things like that. Okay. They already give out catalyst and things like that. So yeah, I would like to see this as a thing as well, because it will just make life so much easier. I don't know if they've ever talked about the player collision issue, because in Albion we don't have that, but in other places it is kind of annoying. I don't know if there is a technical reason for not implementing that, but that is also something we would all love to see, hopefully very soon. But yeah, that's it for this one. Let me know your suggestions as well. Thank you for watching. See you next time.